Welcome back everyone, Dmitry here with the Storm Group Roofing, and in this video I'm answering the question, why roofs leak in the wintertime? What most people don't know or don't realize, that asphalt shingles in particular only designed to shed water away from the roof. So reason number one why roofs leaks in the wintertime will be your ice damming. So what's happening is when ice dams forms, the water literally frozen at the end and start climbing up. So that would be a really big reason why roofs will be leaking, because once it start kind of pushing shingle up and trying to get in here, maybe at the peak, so roofs will not be leaking in here or direct in the shingle, so it's not going to saturate. Even if you have a load of snow on it, it's not going to cause the roofs to leak. But any ice on it, forming ice that pushing up high, going to try to get under it and eventually might start getting inside. But the reason number two, and this is way more important to understand, our roofing company has a lot of calls every single winter, even on the brand new roofs, to call and inspect why roofs start leaking in the wintertime, because it's summertime it never happened. And the reason for that is their ventilation and their insulation. The roofing, it's not just shingles, it's not just underlayment, it's entire package. That's why good roofing companies will always offer a variety of attic insulation services and attic ventilation services. So what's happening is your house generates a lot of humidity and heat. So first thing what every attic has to have, it has to be air sealed. So air sealing is pretty much sealing every single gap, every single penetration to your ceiling, because 40% of heat loss, 40 to 60% of every heat loss in every house goes through the ceiling. So imagine if your can lights have holes around them, or if your access door to your attic has a lot of holes around it. That's where moist hot air will be seeping in and trapping inside the attic. Now when it's inside the attic, ventilation system will help to get it out of there. But guess what, if you don't have really good ventilation, like if you don't have soffit that sucks in, which is supposed to be 50 or 60-40 split, pretty much you need almost the same amount of air coming in from your soffits, and in order for it to escape at the peaks at the ridge line, or somewhere at the peak, sometimes you might have those ugly mushrooms, or you have turbo vents, depends how old is your house and how ventilation system is designed. But either way, two crucial parts have to work together: soffit intake and outtake from the top. Now what's happening and why it becomes a problem, why roofs leaks, that moist air and heat trap in here and it start creating condensate on the deck below. So that's really bad for any roofing systems. I've seen roofs that only 5-7 years old and the decking actually really soft, delaminated, because when you have problems with the attic insulation or ventilation in the summertime, your attic will be extremely hot. And now these days we mostly install OSB, but back in the day we used to do plywood, and plywood tend to be delaminated when it gets overheated again and again and again. So it takes 5-7 years of hot attic, and you can actually see visually from the ground waves. What's happening is plywood starts delaminated and start weakening. So if you walk on it, it's very soft and dangerous actually to walk. But besides even walking, before it happens, you're talking about mold, you're talking about humidity, and you never ever want to live in a house with a mold in the attic, because essentially it's all going to start penetrating your house as well. So those two main reasons why your roofs will leak in a house. As a matter of fact, we inspected 1-year-old roof just this winter. Literally, entire attic was covered with the frost. And guess what? On a warmer day, it's gonna start melting and it's gonna start dripping in your insulation. Insulation gonna get wet, and then you're gonna have ceiling wet in your house. So bad idea. If you're in the market to buy a new roof, make sure you ask your roofing company to check your attic. Our company, for example, even offers energy audit when we come and install blower door test to make sure we see before we start the job how much air is right now sucking in through all the holes, how good of air sealing the house is currently, and can we improve it better? Because last thing you want to do is to spend $10,000–$20,000 on the roof and make damage to it in a few years, because a lot of roofing manufacturers actually will not even back up their warranty when you have issues with the installation and ventilation. So everything have to be done perfectly. It's all part of one system, and your salesperson have to be very knowledgeable when he's selling a roofing system. And we highly recommend you upgrading stuff like ventilation, soffit, or air intakes. This is one of the best out there. Again, your sales rep who will be selling your roof should not be only talking about your shingles, but also about entire system altogether. If you're looking for a quote, we would like to provide you estimate in Minneapolis area. Again, thanks for coming, and we will see you in the next video.